Now to some other issues facing our country today. Skyrocketing inflation. As we told you yesterday, the cost for pretty much everything, from rent to food, continues going up. So it has us asking, is life better today than a year ago? And people do not seem to think so. Only 20% of people say they feel better off. Meantime, 40% say they are worse off than a year ago, and another 40% say they're really neither better nor worse. Washington correspondent Evan Lambert takes a look at the biggest concern for the majority of people.
A NewsNation Decision Desk HQ exclusive poll with a surprising result. Even as cases skyrocket and hospitals are overwhelmed, Americans' biggest concern isn't COVID. Instead, the once-in-a-generation spike in prices and the toll inflation is taking on household budgets is the #1 concern. When we asked more than 1,000 registered voters to name the bigger problem facing the U.S. today, 45% said rising prices, while 41% said COVID-19. This poll has a margin of error of plus or minus 3%. Breaking things down even further, 92% of respondents were somewhat or very concerned about inflation, while a combined 80% were at least somewhat concerned about the pandemic. Our NewsNation stations across the country capturing those worries.
So I have to watch the gas prices. I have to watch the store prices.
Americans' concerns coming as inflation shot up 7% in December, the highest yearly increase in nearly 40 years. Driving prices for supplies up for this coffee shop owner in Utah.
It's almost like sticker shock for us. When we go to pick up our stuff, we're like, oh man. So I didn't know that went up so much overnight.
With prices rising across the board, more Americans are now worried about trying to make ends meet, even as the pandemic rages on. In Washington, Evan Lambert, NewsNation.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.